Brahmanastri vidha smritaha Brahmanastena vedascha Yagyascha vihita pura Om Tat Sat iti nirdesha Brahmanastri vidha smrita Brahmanastena vedascha Yagyascha vihita pura Om Tat Sat iti nirdesha Brahmanastri vidha smritaha Brahmanastena vedascha Yagyascha vihita pura
Om Tat Sat iti nirdesho
Om Tat Sat iti nirdesho
Brahmanastri vidha smrita
Brahmanastri vidha smrita
Brahmanastena vedascha
Brahmanastena vedascha
Yagyascha vihita pura
Yagyascha vihita pura Om Tat Sat iti nirdesho Brahmanastri vidha smrita Brahmanastena vedascha
Yagyascha vihita pura
Om Tat Sat iti nirdesho
Brahmanastri vedascha Yagyascha vihita pura
Om indication of the Supreme Tat Tat Sat eternal Iti Tat Nirdesha indication Brahmana of the Supreme Trividha three kinds Smritaha consider Brahmana the Brahmanas Tena therefore Vedaha the Vedic literature Cha also Yagya sacrifice Cha also Vihita sacrifice Pura formerly. Translation purport by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. From the beginning of creation, the three syllables Om Tat Sat have been used to indicate the Supreme Absolute Truth, Brahman. They were uttered by Brahmanas while chanting Vedic hymns and during sacrifices for the satisfaction of the Supreme. Purport. It has been explained that penance, sacrifice, charity and foodstuffs are divided into three categories: the modes of goodness, passion and ignorance. But whether first class, second class or third class, they are all conditioned, contaminated by the material modes of nature. When they are aimed at the Supreme, Om Tat Sat, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the Eternal, they become means of spiritual elevation. In the scriptural injunction, such an objective is indicated. These three words, Om Tat Sat, particularly indicate the Absolute Truth, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. In the Vedic hymns, the word Om is always found. One who acts without following the regulations of the scriptures will not attain the Absolute Truth. He will get some temporary result, but not the ultimate end of life. The conclusion is that the performance of charity, sacrifice and penance must be done in the mode of goodness. Performed in the modes of passion or ignorance, they are certainly inferior in quality. The three words Om Tat Sat are uttered in conjunction with the holy name of the Supreme Lord. Om Tat Vishnu, like Om Tat Vishnu mantra from Rig Veda. Whenever a Vedic hymn or the holy name of the Supreme Lord is uttered, Om is added. This is the indication of Vedic literature. These three words are taken from Vedic hymns. Om iti etat brahmano nedishtam nama. This from Rig Veda indicates the first goal. Then Tattvamasi indicates the second goal. From Chandogya Upanishad. And Sat Eva Saumya, also from Chandogya Upanishad, indicates the third goal. Combined, they become Om Tat Sat. Formerly, when Brahma, the first created living entity, performed sacrifices, he spoke these three names of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The same principle holds by disciplic succession. So this hymn has great significance. Bhagavad Gita recommends, therefore, that any work done should be done for Om Tat Sat, or for the Supreme Personality of Godhead. When one performs penance, charity, and sacrifice, and then with these three words, he is acting in Krishna consciousness. Krishna consciousness is a scientific execution of transcendental activities which enables one to return home back to Godhead. There is no loss of energy in acting in such a transcendental way. So Bhagavad Gita 17th chapter, text 23. Om Tat Sat iti nirdesho Brahmanastri vidhas mritaha Brahmanastena vedascha yakyascha vihita pura. From the beginning of creation, the three syllables Om Tat Sat have been used to indicate the Supreme Absolute Truth, Brahman. They were uttered by Brahmanas while chanting Vedic hymns and during sacrifices for the satisfaction of the Supreme. Gyatimaranyasya Gananchana Salakhyam Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasma Shri Gurave Namaha. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadha Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So, here we are again. Thank you for inviting me to speak. Again, nice verse I got. Om Tat Sat. So that is the essence of this chapter. Here in this chapter, Krishna described 5 functions or faculties. That means the faith, foodstuff, yagya, sacrifice, tapasya, austerity, and dana, charity. So these 5 things. In the material world, these 5 things are also existing because there's items of since time immemorial. Everyone, especially human beings, have faith. They eat certain foodstuffs. We give in charity. We restrain ourselves from something or to perform some austerity or giving up something voluntarily or for a certain purpose, and we perform a certain sacrifice. So, but mostly people performing these 5 things in executing these five functions in the mode of the passion and ignorance, and maybe sometimes with goodness. Goodness is considered the best in the material world, because if one functions in the mode of goodness, that means one will not be attached to one's result, to the result of certain activities. And one follows the prescription, the vidhi of scriptures. Therefore there are the revealed scriptures who give us guidelines how to act properly. So the Vedas are meant to uplift the consciousness of the people from the mode of ignorance and passion to the mode of goodness, because only means mostly. In the mode of goodness, there's some exceptions of mercy. We will speak about that. That in the mode of goodness we can learn how to understand the transcendence, God, or the absolute truth. Therefore, the Lord, from beginning of creation, established the Brahminical system. Means Brahmana, the firstborn living entity. Forehead, the Brahma is a Brahmana. So that means he knew Brahman. Brahmana means he who knows the Brahman, he who knows God, he who knows what is eternal, and he also who knows what is not eternal. So a Brahmana is situated in the mode of goodness. He's the head of the society because he always has the proper vision. He's the eye for the society. Arms and legs, belly or thighs we have, they're the different other parts of the Varna system. But they have no eye. They don't know in which direction to go. If they don't have a proper head, who have eyes, who knows which way to go, which panta, which path we have to go, in which direction. And because the Brahmanas, they let themselves be guided by vidhi, means by Veda, by Vedic injunctions. So therefore, and they never deviate from that Veda. For them, Veda is absolute truth. It's the only thing. Everything what is not Veda, what is not Vidhi, is ignorance. It's avidya. And therefore, they reject. So the Brahmanas, they're very strict. They're very fixed on that truth, Om Tat Sat, indicating the absolute truth, who is the Lord, always residing in His eternal kingdom or realm, also known as Brahmaloka, not Brahmaloka of this universe, Brahmaloka or Satyaloka in the spiritual world, Vaikuntha. So therefore, the Brahmanas performing sacrifices, they're giving in charity, and they're studying the Vedas for the benefit that the other parts of the society can follow. Of course, in Kali Yuga, such kind of brahmanas are very rare. It's hardly to be known. Maybe there are some rare ones in some places, South India, or some we know there's maybe some qualified brahmanas who know how to chant and very strictly follow the Vidi of the Vedas, guidelines of Veda. They're very pure and they're fixed on Vishnu, on the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So Brahmana is one who knows who is God, what is the truth. And they have proper vision. And therefore the society has to be guided according to the Brahminical guidelines. Then if everyone follows and cooperates, then it will be a harmony. Then everyone will be satisfied. Because if the brahmanas are qualified and perform their functions properly, then all those other parts who are following them, they also become satisfied. They become nourished. So because Vishnu is satisfied, Tasmin Tushta Jagat Tushta. So if Vishnu is satisfied, everything else is satisfied. If you try to satisfy the different parts and parcels of the body without feeding them out, that means without Brahminical performance, without pleasing the Supreme Lord through the cultivation of transcendental knowledge, teach by Brahmana or Vaishnava. So that's the best way. Then how the people actually can become satisfied, how they actually become related and benefited. So as soon one tries to separate oneself from the Supreme Absolute Truth and goes his own way in the name of my faith, I have my faith. Now people have so many faiths. I have my own faith. Yeah. If a book distributor goes and tries to give somebody a book, then they always say, is this faith? Is this some belief? Some sect? And then they say, because I have already my faith. I have my own faith. But the point is, either one has faith in God, or God is one, or one has faith according to one's particular nature, in Tamaguna, Rajaguna, Sattvaguna, or a mixture of these gunas. So in this way we have about, I don't know how many, 81 different kinds of faiths, minimum. Nowadays even hundreds and thousands of faiths. Because these gunas are more and more becoming complex, and everything becomes more and more speculative. And people hardly don't know actually what is the faith and where to put faith. So faith has to be put on the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But if the people don't know that God is a person, if they are misguided by impersonalism, nowadays we have so many Omkaras. You see everywhere on the cars and the t-shirts, in all kinds of strange ways they write it, very perverse. How they not properly. They somehow it's just that they remind somehow that this Omkar. but it's not the proper Omkar. Everyone who knows how the Omkara is written, then if you see nowadays, there's so many concoctions of Omkaras. And some kind of modern way of Omkar. And people, they wear these t-shirts or put it on their cards. And all these yogi groups, they have the Om on the cars, And even many have the Harinam Chadra with the Om on it. But they have no respect to the Om. They go on the toilet with it. They put the Harinam Chadra on the ground, maybe even step or sitting on it. In some yoga studios I have seen, they have seats, round seats, with the Omkar on it, to sit on it. It becomes very fashion. People can buy it in yoga studios. This seat, a little higher rise seat, that you can sit comfortably in your yoga asana. Because you cannot maybe do it for a long time in the normal, on the ground, because of joint problem or I don't know what, of comfortable way. So Omkar is Krishna. It's the supreme absolute truth. And it's the Mahavakya. Lord Chaitanya, in his teachings to the Mayavadis in Benares, Varanasi, when he was there, he was invited to their assembly of a meeting of Mayavadi, impersonalists, Vedantists. Varanasi, Kashi, is a very famous place for Vedantists, mostly Shaivites or Shaktas. They don't believe in Vishnu so much. They maybe use Vishnu or Krishna, chanting also mantra. They worship Krishna or even Radha Krishna, but only for temporary purpose. With the purpose as a help. They use bhakti as a means to achieve, to become God myself. Therefore the Mayavadis, at least at that time, I don't know nowadays, their main slogan was Tattvamasi. And from Prabhupada quoted it in the purport. It's the Om Tat. The Tat indicates Tattvamasi. But the Mayavadis, their main slogan is Tattvamasi, I am. I am Him. I am God. But that's not the actual meaning of this Tattvamasi, as Lord Chaitanya explained to the Mayavadis, to Prakashananda Saraswati, the leader of them, that Tattvamasi means not that we are Him. We have similar nature like Him, but there's a difference of quantity and quality. The Lord is very great. He's Vibhu, and we are Anu. Qualitative, we are same. We are all Satchitananda. But the quantity is great. He is always great. He never becomes limited. Even as God is limited as a super soul in everyone's heart, He's still Ishvara, Parama, Supreme Controller. Therefore, the Lord can be great, Mahima, and He can become Anima, very, very the smallest. He can even enter in the heart of the soul, who is 10,000 part of the tip of a hair. And this is God's absolute nature, because He who is the greatest, He can simultaneously also be the smallest, and never loses His quality. He's always keeping His quality of eternity, knowledge, all awareness, and blissfulness. God is never, Krishna, Vishnu, never miserable, because He's always absorbed in His own transcendental nature. Therefore, Tat means actually his own transcendental nature. It's not the material nature. The material nature is asat. Material nature is temporary. But the God's nature, the Lord's nature is sat. Therefore, Om Tat Sat indicates his eternal nature. And Tat means that, eternal nature, pointing out Om Vishnu Parama, like the Rig Veda mantra is pointing out that the light, going to the light, Tamasima Chotigama, come out of the darkness and come to that light of Om Tat Vishnu Parama, to the Supreme Vishnu. And he is the absolute truth. And he is indicated in all the Vedic mantras, Upanishads and so on, with the Omkara, Om. Therefore Om is representative. His Pranava Omkara is representative of the Supreme Lord. It's the Mahavakya. It's the Maha Mantra of the Vedas. The Mayavadi's Maha Mantra is Tattvamasi because it's speculative. They diverted it from the Vedic mantra Tattvamasi. They diverted it for their own purpose, to prove, to show, yes, I'm also him, I'm also that. Although they are still conditioned souls, they're not even liberated. Because Brahma, he says, Aroya Krishnena Parampadam Tada Padantyada Yushmad Angraya. Those who are not taking shelter on Krishna's lotus feet. Then if they consider themselves, I'm liberated without taking shelter on that Vishnu Parama, or this Parampadam. If they think I'm liberated without that, their intelligence is considered impure. Avishuddha Buddhaya. Avishuddha Buddhaya. Bhagavatam states, Avishuddha Buddhaya. Yenera Vindaksha Vimukta Manina Dvaye Astabhava Avishuddha Buddhaya. Aruya Krishnena Parampada Aruya Krishnena Parampadam Tada Padantyatha Yashmad Angraya. Therefore, if they don't take shelter in Krishna's lotus feet, although they consider themselves liberated, this liberation is considered impure by Brahma, the supreme Vedic authority, and therefore he says they drop down. Padantyatha. They fall down again to the material creation, to take birth again. Because their liberation is hallucination, it's imaginary. So therefore their whole theory of impersonalism nowadays, and even in the past, to Lord Chaitanya's time, it is considered diverted. It's disguised in Veda. They use Veda. Shankaracharya used Veda, Vedanta, for his own purpose, to cheat actually people. He got it, but Lord Chaitanya, he told, this is not Shankara's fault. Shankaracharya was not fault because he's Shiva, avatar. And Shiva is not cheater. He's well-wisher of all living entities. Shiva means most auspicious, most fortunate. Auspiciousness. That means Shiva. Opposite of Shiva is Ashiva. That what is unfortunate. So Shiva means fortunate. But Shiva somehow or other, he got this mission of the Lord to cheat the people. Especially those who are not really want to follow Vaishnava Pamta, Bhakti path, follow Bhakti the bhakti mark, then they become cheated. So therefore Shankaracharya comes, Shiva comes as Shankaracharya, and the Lord told, you have to teach them some Vedic meaning based on Vedanta to divert the intelligentsia of the people into impersonalism. Of course, it was also time. It was a time situation, time mission, because Buddhism was very strong at that time. Buddhism was very strong in India before Shankaracharya came. And Buddhism means Nashti. They reject Veda. They are not followers of Veda, although they also use Om. But actually they don't use Veda. They actually reject Veda, Vedic statements. Because their path, what they teach is Ahimsa. But the Vedic followers, they use the Vedic mantras for sacrifices of killing animals in yajna. And that Buddha condemned. And therefore, for that purpose, he rejected Veda to establish Ahimsa, because the Vedas would the followers of Vedas would never accept some statement if it is not written in the Vedas. But then, therefore, Buddha rejected Veda to establish his own path, Ahimsa. Therefore, Buddhism became very strong. Many Brahmanas or Aryans, they follow Buddha path, accepted Buddhism. Because there was one king who supported Buddhism. And because of him, Buddhism became very popular. But Buddhism is Nashti, it's not Vedic. And Veda is the absolute truth. There is no mistake in Veda. The Brahmanas who because they were in the modes of nature, not transcendental, they were not fixed on Vishnu, on pleasing him by sacrifice. So they were more interested in filling their bellies and get monetary benefits and popularity and many followers. So therefore they corrupted the Vedic mantras and the Vedic purpose, and they introduced this yajna of animals by unnecessarily killing them in the name of Veda. Therefore Buddha came to stop that. But because Buddhism is non-Vedic, Lord Chaitanya, also Vishnu sent somebody else, Shankaracharya first, to establish again Vedic process on Vidhi, similar, but he had to introduce a path similar to that of Buddha in impersonalistic way. But again, connected with Veda. And so in this way he brought all these renegades from the Vedas back to Veda. And in this way, but in Mayavadi way. But then, later on, Lord Chaitanya came. And when Lord Chaitanya came, he understood his mission is to establish the Yuga Dharma. For this age, Yuga Dharma is Harinam, Sankirtan. And but he had to prove it on basis of Shruti. Because the Vedic Brahmanas and Vedantists, they will not accept anything if it is not in Shruti. Shruti means in Veda, Upanishads. If it is not there, they reject. Because for them Purana and Itihasa, history, it's for less intelligent. It's history. It's just a nice story. But we are Vedantists. We are only into Upanishad. That's the real thing. That's the hard core of philosophy and knowledge. And this we have to learn. And for that we have to perform tapasya, to learn and study that. And that was the opinion. Therefore they could not understand Lord Chaitanya. Why you are dancing and chanting like sentimentalists, with other sentimentalists together here in Benares, in the city of the capital of the Mayavadis, Vedantists. You come here to sing and dance like in a disco. So they could not understand why Lord Chaitanya was dancing. You are a sannyasi. You are a sannyasi. Sannyasis should not dance. They should be quiet, sitting, mauna, sitting in a solitary place and just study, absorb in Vedanta. So therefore, this famous picture, where Lord Chaitanya is dancing in great ecstasy, like a thunderbolt, so effulgent and up, and the Mayavadis from the darkness showing with the finger, Look at him. so they this it's a Bengali picture, one of these famous Bengali series of Chaitanya Lila, Gora Lila. But Lord Chaitanya didn't care, because he told my Guru Maharaj, he told me, he gave me mantra, Hare Krishna mantra. And he told me, you just chant, my dear child, my dear boy. You should not study Vedanta. Don't study Vedanta. Don't be fooled. Don't be foolish. Don't study Vedanta. Just chant Harinam. Then my Guru Maharaj, he told me, by chanting this mantra, you will become, everything will become fulfilled. So Lord Chaitanya told, I just took up this mantra and I chanted this mantra. And somehow or other I started to cry and to laugh and behaved like a madman. So first I thought also I became crazy. Something is wrong with me. Maybe Vata disturbance. So I went back to my Guru Maharaj. Because if one has a doubt, one should go to Guru. Especially if he's alive. And we should not speculate. We have Guru, so we should approach him. He can help you. If you already speculate in Guru's lifetime, what will happen after Guru's disappearance? If we are speculators and do what we like, what we consider always, then for what we even have Guru. So Guru is here to consult. If you have a problem, if you have a doubt in process, then we should approach Guru and ask him. Don't show macho like, how great you are and how much you already know and how clever you are and how together you are and that you already know the solution for everything. So Lord Chaitanya, he gave example. He approached Guru. He asked him, Guru Maharaj, what kind of mantra you have given me? Because since I'm chanting this mantra, it seems to be that I became crazy. I became disturbed. I start to laugh and I cry and behave like a madman. Can you please tell me, is this proper? And Guru Maharaj, he was very happy and he told, my dear child, this symptom is the natural symptom or mood, what is revealed, what is self-revealed from within, from the mantra, who is not different from Krishna. If one chants the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, naturally one starts to dance like a madman and cry and laugh. So this is very nice. You pleased me very much by revealing these symptoms, experiencing these symptoms of love of God, of Krishna Prem. Because that's the purpose of Holy Name. That this love to Krishna, the Panchama Purushartha, will become revealed. Krishna Prema Pumartha Mahan. So I'm very happy about that. Then my Guru Maharaj, Lord Chaitanya, continued. He teach me the essence of all Bhagavatam verses. The essence of all Bhagavatam verses is a shloka from 11th canto, where is described by one of the Nava Yogendras that he who is chanting the holy name, he naturally, he cries, he dances like a madman, laughs, without considering what other people are thinking about him. He is not disturbed. So therefore it's natural when this ecstatic love is revealing, the devotee is not concerned what other people think about my behavior or my process of devotional life or practicing Krishna consciousness. He's not hiding. He has not a complex. Of course, this is a certain level already of bhava in Krishna Prem. Before Krishna Prem, this bhava symptom. And then my spiritual master gave me another mantra, quoting from Upanishad, that in this age there's only one solution, one alternative. Harinam, 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 Eva Kevalam, Kala Nastyeva, Nastyeva, Nastyeva Gatiranyataha. And he quoted from Upanishad. Lord Chaitanya, he told this in very simple way to very great scholars of Vedantists. They were completely amazed and impressed of Lord Chaitanya's simplicity and presentation of his spiritual progress and life, of why he chants and dances and practices this bhakti process. So they became very much impressed. Of course, they also wanted to know more about Vedanta, about the direct meaning of Veda. And Lord Chaitanya explained them everything in the proper way, so that they, in the end, were completely amazed, very much amazed that they understood. Yes, they actually confessed that actually you're right. Actually, this path of the Vedas, of the path what we are following, of Mayavadi process, following of Shankaracharya, it's a cheat. We're cheating ourselves, and it's the path what you show, the direct path of surrendering to Krishna and to attain love to Krishna. This is actually the real teaching and the goal of Veda. But then it's very interesting how Lord Chaitanya they actually defended Shankara. And he told, actually it's not Shankara's fault. It's not Shankara's fault that he made this, created this Mayavadi philosophy and his Shariraka Bhasya commentary to Vedanta. Because he only followed the mission, the instruction given by the Lord. Because Shiva is great devotee. He's devotee of Vishnu, and the Lord, therefore, he always works under the Lord's instruction. So it's not Shiva's fault. It's not Shankaracharya's fault. But those who are following him, those who follow Shankaracharya, they are condemned. They are condemned. So therefore, Lord Chaitanya established proper Siddhanta of Gaudiya Vaishnavism, of understanding of worship, of why one should worship Krishna and chant holy name of Krishna. Because Om nowadays is so many different concoctions about Om, so many misunderstandings, and it's nothing clear. Everyone speculates because everyone is misguided ultimately to become one with God. Therefore Vaishnavas actually not much using this Om, carrying this symbol on their t-shirts and or somewhere, you know, or on a car. This is more the impersonalist yogis who are doing that. We have Hare Krishna Mahamantra, but even with Hare Krishna Mahamantra we have to be careful when we wear Hari Nam Chadar or a t-shirt. We go on toilet with it, we're putting on the ground. Even Prabhupada told we should not put the feet back on the ground or on a dirty place, and always keep it clean and in a bag, like that. So we should respect holy name, we should respect Omkara, Mahamantra, because it's not different from Krishna. And always keep the Mahamantra on our tongue, in our heart. And whenever we perform, like in Veda, here it is stated, whenever one performs a certain process, an auspicious event of a yajna, or giving something in charity, then one should chant this Omkara first. Therefore in the Vedas, Vedic sacrifices, yajnas, they're always chanting Vedic mantras with Om in the beginning. Also Bhagavatam begins with Om. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So indicating the absolute truth. But Om is more impersonal, vague, it's not very clear. It's also a name of God. Omkara, Tat, and Sat. There's all different names, but they're secondary. The main names, Krishna, Rama, Narayana, like that, Radhika Ramana. These are names directly indicating Krishna's personality, his characteristics, his pastimes, his associates. Because God or Krishna is never worshipped alone. Vaishnavas, we never worship Krishna alone. We always worship Krishna together with his energy, with his devotees. But the process is whenever one performs some auspicious activity, one chants either Om or we chant Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar, Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda, because that's also Mahamantra for us. We have two Mahamantras, Panchatattva and Hare Krishna. And then Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So before auspicious function, to invoke Mangala Charana, so one chants either Om or Om Tat Sat or Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Or if one gives some donation or gives something in charity, you chant either Om Tat Sat or Om or Hare Krishna. Because in this way it is blessed. It is connected it is given in a selfless way in God's name. Like if we are going to high court, or if we want to commit ourselves to something, so we are making an oath, a vow or a promise. I will do this, and I swear it either on the Bible. And so we, in the Vedic way, wir swearingen on Om Tat Sat or on Hare Krishna Mahamantra. But we have to be very careful that we are not swearing or make an oath before the deity. It's described we should not make an oath before the deity. Otherwise, maybe later on you will maybe change your mind, and then you're in trouble. There's one story. There were two brahmanas one time came to Vrindavan. One was older one, they came from South India, and the other one younger one. So they came to this Gopal temple. It's now empty here in Vrindavan. Because the Gopal, he left. Because these two brahmanas, one was old, he promised to this brahmana, the younger brahmana, because he was very satisfied with him, with his service on the way, that he will give him his daughter as charity to marry. But the Brahmana said, but I'm not from a high-class Brahmana family like you. You're sure what you're speaking, what you're telling me? Yes, I'm sure. I'm the Lord and Master of the house. I'm the father. Whatever I tell, that's the word. Everyone will follow. But then the Brahmana knew maybe something will happen. Can you make this promise in front of Lord Gopal here? Here in Vrindavan, in front of Lord Gopal, we can make this oath, this vow of promise. Say, of course, I will make it. And then what happened when he came to South India home? The young Brahmana didn't get any news, so you can now, there was no arrangement made for the wedding. But because he was very compassionate, he wanted to help this old Brahmana. He understood Brahmana, he made a vow, he made a commitment in front of the Lord, in the name of the holy name and the deity. He wanted to give me, he promised me his daughter as marriage, and then now he cannot do it. Oh, that will be very bad for him. So out of compassion, not out of greed, he went to this old Brahmana's home and asked him, about his promise. But then his son-in-law and or the son and others, no son. And the mother also, and everyone became completely panic and threatened him. If he will give this daughter to this low-class Brahmana, we all commit suicide. So they brought the man, the poor old man, completely in trouble. So he didn't know what to do. Even he had to lie that he didn't make the promise. Oh, the Brahmana, what to do? I want to save him. I don't want that this Brahmana goes to hell. So ultimately the agreement was made, if you can bring the Lord as a witness here, 1,000 kilometers practically from Vrindavan here to South India, then we believe. So this Brahmana went all the way back here to Vrindavan to ask Lord Gopal, please can you come and become witness? So the Lord told him, but I'm a deity. I'm a deity, I cannot walk. I'm a statue made of stone. But the Brahmana was very clever, he told, but a deity can also not speak. Why you speak? So in this way he actually convinced the Lord to actually come to South India to become a witness. And so in this way ultimately the Lord came without car, without train, without airplane that time. He walked all the way. He told the Brahmana, don't look back, you only hear my ankle bells. The ringing of my ankle bells, you will hear. And you offer every day, you offer me 1 kg of rice. But never look when I walk. Never look back. So in this way he came practically to that village. The Lord always after him, cling, 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 cling. So he was sure the Lord is behind him, walking. And then suddenly he didn't hear the ringing anymore. So he became doubtful and he was looking back. Oh, the Lord standing there. But he thought, so now I will not move anymore. I told you. And he stayed there on that hill. But fortunately it was nearby of that village. So he called all the villagers and they all came and they were so happy. Oh, the Lord from Vrindavan, from so far away, he came to be a witness for this young Brahmana. And the old man, he was so happy. And he gave then, ultimately everyone agreed to give blessing that this Brahmana daughter will be given to this young man. So this deity is known as the witness. This is Sakshi. Sakshi Gopal. So Sakshi means he became a witness, the witness Lord. Another example from Bhagavatam is from Bali Maharaj. Bali Maharaj, he performed the yajna. Although he was a demon by family line, Danava, family line. He was performed yajna. And he was very powerful because of an offense of Indra. Indra and demigods became weaker and these demons became more strong. And they performed sacrifice under the guidance of Shukracharya, who was the guru of the demons, the Danavas. And then Vamanadev came. Vamana avatar. He came in disguise. He's also a disguise, trick incarnation. Some incarnations are tricky incarnations. They have a certain purpose. So Vamanadev came as a dwarf, as we know, as a dwarf brahmachari. And he came before the yajna of Bali and asked him for 3 steps of land. So the king told, "Oh my dear Brahmana boy, your intelligence is very small. I understand as small as you are. You only consider in terms of 3 steps of land. I can give you a whole country, a whole island, a whole trip. But why only ask for 3 steps of land? We should not come to the king and come again then later on. Ask for something more big than 3 steps. But Vamanadev said, no, only 3 steps. I'm Brahmana. A Brahmana should be satisfied. He should not be greedy. Only 3 steps. And then Bali Maharaj agreed. Yes, okay, I will give you the 3 steps. But then his guru told him, don't give. He's Vishnu. He's cheating you. He will take everything, all the 3 worlds from you with his 3 steps. But it was already too late. Because Bali, by giving this promise to Vamanadev, he told Om Tat Sat. He told Om, I will give it to you. And then Bali Maharaj told, Guru Maharaj, I cannot break my promise. You break, because I did it in the name of Om. I spoke Omkar, Pranava, by giving him this dana. He's a Brahmana. Even if it's a trick, incarnation. Even if he's coming to tricking me and take me everything, he comes as a brahmana, and it's my duty as a king, as a grihastha, to give him donation, whatever he likes, he can take. Shukracharya still wanted to convince him, you still can change it. There's a way. No, because king was truthful. He stick to truthfulness and to his word. So to his oath, he swore and he committed to his gift and to his donation. I don't want to return or change that. So one time giving, it's given. We should not take it back. Like sometimes maybe we give big donation to temple and later on we are somehow or maybe not satisfied with the temple policy or what is going on. Oh, I want to have money back. I want to use it for other purpose. That's not proper. It's given, it's given. So you give it not to the temple, you give it for Krishna. So whatever donation or sacrifice or performance we do it for the pleasure of Krishna, for Krishna's satisfaction. Therefore we should not try to get anything paid back. Like sometimes Sankirtan devotees, so many years they calculated they did service for the temple and gave so much donations there, all the money, and then later on maybe they bloop and they want to be grihastha, make a business, and they go to the temple. Can we have so and so much money because we already gave so and so much money for the temple? So this is business. That means we are cheating ourselves. If we give to Krishna in the name of Krishna, we have to be conscious about it. That's training. The Guru is training us. Our Vaishnava culture, Prabhupada, he trained us, how to give our life for Krishna's service. The money and whatever, do it, give it for Krishna's service. Not to get something back materially or maybe later on to expect something back. No, this is business. So we should not we should be not business minded if we are dealing with Krishna consciousness. So that otherwise we cannot make benefit. So we have to be selfless and do this in a voluntary, loving way, giving service, donation, foodstuffs, performing certain sacrifices or giving up something what is dear to me for the sake of pleasing Krishna. So like that. So I stop here. Hare Krishna.